All right, with the rain tonight on a Friday, the 27th, we're going to replace our training session with a Zoom session. So, again, parents, please have the kids watch this instead of the training session tonight. Um, Girls are off this weekend, and boys have matches both Saturday and Sunday as we lead up to our season ending tournament in Indianapolis next week. So, the first component we want to talk about is the difference between technique and skill. So we always talk about details in the techniques, teaching people how to do a push pass, people teaching players how to floor the ball out of the air, how to do a through ball with a chip, cross with a chip, different hitting different zones, different face up moves, different turning moves, different strikes, all those different techniques that we're really detailed on. The technique of that is to understand the details and the mechanics of how those strikes and moves and touches go, the sequences. That's only part of the equation. So training the technique is understanding the mechanics, having it in here before they try to do it in their body, getting a lot of reps in a controlled environment where they can build their technique to the mechanic. The skill of soccer is putting that into match play where it works under pressure in a match and they can utilize it. An analogy of that is, a golfer will go to the range and hit shots and master some of those shots on the range, but can they do it on the golf course with the pressure of the wind, the pressure of the lie, the pressure of the moment? We see a lot of over the years. I've done a lot of golf training for high schools and different players, and would see what we call range players, players that could do it on the range but not take it to the course. And that's the same in soccer. You're in a training environment, you're trying to build these mechanics and understand the details of the moves, but then you have to then, that's a training model, but then conditioning that move, meaning putting it under pressure and seeing if it stands up and can take it to match play. In our training sessions, what we do is we teach a lot of the skill sets, and then we do games where they're trying to utilize those skill sets. And in the training sessions, the kids have to be vulnerable enough to attempt these the different techniques in the 1v1, 2v2 games and small sided to see if they can then transfer technique into skill. And that's a big hurdle. The other component we want to talk about is attacking with 11 or with 9 and defending with 11 or 9. When we have the ball, we are really asking all players to get into the mode of attacking the goal and being invested in that attack. The ball in soccer constantly it's going forwards and backwards and side to side and being engaged in the attack, whether you're the center back or the center striker and all the way through, is a commitment of what those offensive attacks look like, the patterns that we're trying to attack with. The weak side back being an outlet, the weak side striker being shifting, so that you're always on the attack when we have the ball. Everyone's doing it, and then vice versa when the other team has the ball, everyone's defending. We ask the outside wing, striker wingers to pin the ball in. We're asking the center striker to prevent the swing. We're asking the central players to come up and triangulate around the midfield and win balls in the middle. We're asking the back four to shift based upon where the ball is. So it's attacking with 11 or 9, depending on your age, and it's defending with 11 or 9. So the focus and the engagement of players that aren't on the ball goes up in clubs soccer. The higher level, the more engaged you are. Parents listening to my cueing on the sideline, a lot of it is players that aren't involved in the play. So getting those players engaged and thinking about offense and defense, whether they're involved in that play or not. Okay. So two concepts to kind of think about and to watch, both player and parent as the kid is maturing in the sport, is turning technique into skill and then attacking and being engaged in the offense at all times, and then vice versa, be engaged in the defensive stance at all times. And that creates proactivity. So the kid is, thinking ahead. They're not being reactionary. They're being very proactive in their thought process. They're playing more soccer during the match. And we find the kids enjoy the game more. Second half of the Zoom here is a couple of videos that I'm going to put together. So I'm going to do a screen share, and let's first start with a power. So we talked about a lot of our training of 4 physical components we look at with soccer. One is stability and core strength. Can they maintain posture and not give to forces? That reduces injury, but also builds strength. Stability is strength. The X is acceleration. Can they get to their top speed in less steps? That's more important than top end speed in soccer. The third is agility. Can they change directions in an elite manner, forwards, backwards, side to side, curving? Agility really is stopping. The emphasis of agility is being able to stop yourself and change your trajectory. And then the fourth, and my favorite, is power. You get generating tremendous force off the ground with your entire body. I allude to Mike Tyson in the early 80s a lot. So the video we're going to watch here first is one of power training for Mike Tyson. So let's watch this Mike Tyson video.
That was like that. One to the right hand. I doubt if he'll be able to get up from this. He hit a punch on the jaw with the right hand. It's up to 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. It's all over. Come on, this strong against Long. 5 of 8 have fallen in the first. Because it's 6 of 9 as Tyson comes out with a strong right hand barrage again. This is as bad as I've ever seen Donnie Long look, but wow, the left hand puts him down. He collapses, and this one is over as the doctors rush into the ring. Marcus must move, or we're going to be out of here very, very quickly. And he's going to stop the fight. It did not last 20 seconds. The rope's doing damage. Michael Spinks has to keep moving because every shot. Oh, the cut landed inside and Spinks went down. And that is the first time Michael Spinks has ever been down in a professional fight. And he's down again and in serious trouble. A right hand right on the chin. Spinks. He's not going to make it.
So some fun views there. Power creation is something that one is a high athletic performer. So if you go higher in sports, they generate more force. Also, what you notice in power production is you're delivering the blow. So instead of the person receiving the blow, we're delivering the blow, which has always been, for me, something that protected me as an athlete. Was I always delivered the blow. I didn't take the blows. So it's very injury preventative. So that's the first video. Second video we're going to watch here. Oh, let me get out of this one. Well, let's see here. I got to get out of this one. There we go. Want to watch receiving on the half turn. So what a lot of our midfielders, we're asking them to be able to make a lot of plays in the middle of the field. And a lot of our players are receiving the ball wrong. So we've always been trying to teach the athletes to be on the half turn when they receive the ball so that they're, one foot's closer to the ball than the other. So we're going to go ahead and watch a video here.
Players are looking to receive a pass. They try not to have both feet facing toward the ball. Because if they do that, they won't be able to see what's behind them. Instead, what they do is turn slightly sideways, with their feet being staggered, with one being closer to the ball than the other. This allows them to see both the ball and what's behind them up the field. And if they're receiving a horizontal pass that's coming across the field, this principle still works because turning sideways to the ball allows you to see both sides of the field.
So a pretty simple concept there of being able to turn sideways, put your body between the defender and the ball. It gives you a chance to shield the ball from a defender, but also gives vision. It also gives you a multi-dimensional touch in terms of, are you going to turn and beat the player? Are you going to drop it right away? Are you going to move sideways? Can you switch the play? It gives you a lot more of the techniques that we're giving in terms of face-up moves, turning moves. It opens up a lot more. So as your center strikers, center midfielders, defensive midfielders, the center backs, receiving on the half turn, really, really important for skill set. So something that players can kind of visualize in their mind on the way to the game in terms of that concept. Next video here. We're going to watch 8 traits of high performers. So this was done from a study of high performers. This is a really interesting life skills in terms of traits that we think athletes should be looking to obtain as they go through their developmental years.
Hired 90 high performers in the last 3 years. Here are 8 rare traits I see in every high performer. Grit. This one's a non-negotiable. Hard work is common. Grit is rare. Relentless resourcefulness. Some people find a way no matter how impossible it seems. Optimism. Entrepreneurship is a roller coaster. Having optimistic people on your side is a massive mental boost. Constant learning. Train them well, and they'll give you an infinite return on your investment. Not being an asshole. If you don't treat others with respect, I don't want you on my team, period. Fun to be around. When we make work feel like play, we're unstoppable. Growth mindset. This one is foundational. People with a growth mindset get obsessed with the process, not fixated on the outcome. Hire people that take ownership of their work and care about doing a good job.
So again, part of our developmental process is teaching life skills that are transferable outside the sport. I'm a very entrepreneurial type thinker myself personally. I've been like that my entire life. And so these are traits that we find are very valuable in the individual. So as these kids are growing up, they're looking to make themselves marketable to one day a workforce, developing relationships, fostering ideas, being able to go out in the world and attack and get things done, some ideas. The next video we're going to watch here is one that is a look at Messi and how Messi tends to score a lot of goals. And one of the things we want to view here is where Messi gets to, the spots he's able to get to, and how he's utilizing some of the skill sets that we are trying to teach our goal scorers. So we're going to do a quick screen share here. Oops, not chat. So we're just going to watch this Messi video. And, one of the things we talk about is attacking the goal different ways. Goal scorers have such a variety of ways they can attack the goal, whether they are dribbling and attacking the space or whether they're releasing the ball and moving off the ball to get into those space. Messi's really created a very simple way of scoring. Now, again, when he's in certain areas, he's attacking higher. So he's utilizing height. So chipping the ball over the keeper's head. A lot of times he's just getting to the zone 1 and passing it in. But we can kind of see some of the rules we are putting in front of our goal scorers are applying here. That was a little outside. One thing we notice he's doing here is cut dribbling. He's in the inside of his foot, outside of his foot. And he's making the ball move sideways. A lot of the dribbling that we see kids do, the ball is always going forwards. And there's a component of making the ball move side to side versus forwards. Messi's really perfected the art of when do I take it forward, when do I take it sideways. But again, attacking that zone 1 and just passing it to the corner So he's getting the ball between the pipes and just passing it low to the corner. He has scored more goals that way than anybody. This is why you don't jump when you're in the wall. So we ask guys in a wall not to jump, force the ball into the air. So these keeper has a shot. That's the hand of God goal, so something fun. Against Argentinians, Maradona and him are good at scoring with their hands, so don't recommend that one either outside of a resume. So what we notice on this goal and a couple that he does is when he releases the ball outside the pipes. And this is something any center striker or midfielder can learn. When they release the ball out to that outside player, just float into position one. You know, many players at this age are going to follow the ball. So as you pass the ball wide, the players will follow the ball. You're going to find yourself with no one on you. And what he tends to do is just dive into that PK and 6 spot. We call that the 1 spot for scoring. And you'll see him do this multiple times. Ball goes wide, and there he goes. He floats in there. And again, no one's guarding him. Now, again, that score right there is a little outside the resume. It's simply just pass it into the corner. But when you're Messi, you can get away with that. There he is again, just getting into zone 1. And a little Lacratecca here to get around the keeper. Inside touch. Making it look easy. So high performer. This is his first goal for Miami in the MLS. So again, that's a really nice. See how he doesn't hit it hard. He's really placing it. Pretty awesome shot there. So again, he passes it, but then where does he run? Right to one. Uses another Lacratecca at the goalie. So a release and a run into position 1. Attacking the goal in the air. There's a little chip over the puck goal. Nice technique. Little body feint there, seals the defender. Again, just get between the pipes. He uses a little move, pucks it aside, pass it into the corner. Making things look easy. Again, the wall jumping, not a good idea for the wall. These guys get paid. Can't believe they're jumping. Really bad idea. Keeper can't see it. Stupid defenders. Again, just having that chip over the keeper there. Pretty awesome ball by Ronaldinho from Brazil. Hitting the ball as it was coming to the ground. Using the inside of his foot there. That was really cheeky. See English dribbling here. Just uses his body. Again, a pass low to the corner. Nice body feint. Passing it in. Between the pipes, position 1. We use the Matthews move there. Or a variation of Matthews. But then again, staying inside the 6, getting into the far post. So some really neat goal scoring there by Messi. We can learn if you're on the ball and you're attacking between the pipes, using English dribbling, having some type of Matthews variation is what you're seeing him really utilize, which is an inside outside touch of the foot, whether it's inside, outside, outside, inside, whether it's a body feint, some side to side motion just to get around. And he's not hitting power shots. He's really passing and placing to the corners. And then when he does release the ball, as soon as his release is done, he is bolting towards that one position off the ball and creating an opportunity for a player to give it back to him as the defense shifts. So just the mindset of a goal scorer and some basic things that we can kind of learn from that. Last video I got's a funny one. You know, as someone is developing in soccer, yes, athleticism, physical ability is huge. But can you gain such great technique and skill that you can overcome a lack of athleticism? I heavily relied on athleticism as I played, but I didn't have people teaching me technique and skill like we are today. You know, most of the soccer coaches I have were dads, and there wasn't a push for this stuff in America in the 90s. And so when I got to higher levels, I was behind on my technique. I didn't have the skill. I had to play very basic soccer. So for me to compete, I had to develop my athleticism. But can you overcome some athletic deficiencies if you have good technique? So, and again, this premises, this is just a funny video. So let's see here. Can you overcome? Well, apparently you can. So this guy, not a fit guy, and he's using one of the tricky turning moves, which is a step over. So we can watch someone that doesn't have great athleticism get something done. So once again, if you're not the most athletic person, you know, he pins it on the floor, he floors it down, he pins it with the palm of his foot. He uses a tricky step over, and he actually hits a nice power shot to the upper V. So, guys and gals, enjoy your weekend. Girls, enjoy the time off. Please put some training time in. Be proactive. You guys should be developing a private victory routine. Things where you're going out, you're working on, athletic warm ups, and we do that a lot in our training. So you have some different things you can pull from. Start to look at your technique in developing skills, and then put together some physical training. And again, just 5 minutes a day could be a win just to get that started. If you have been doing it, and you might extend to 15 minutes, you'd be surprised if you have a plan of attack, what you can do in 15 minutes. And boys, I look forward to the competition pits this weekend. Enjoy your Friday night, guys. Thanks.